All right. All right. Hello. How's it going, people? Um, we are streaming. We're saying hello briefly, and it may be late, but we're just doing it because we're trying to practice and we're also recording. Because I want to make some content and do some reflections and talk how my recent week went. I thought I'd do that online, and yeah, I started like a to-do list, like Instagram story. I put on there one of my goals for today was to stream/record, and this is the thing that I most wanted to like talk about. Um, so that's more or less the plan, and I forgot I had a certain like a evening meeting, so it kind of pushed everything back, and then got dinner, and then started working on prepping some of the stuff, and I haven't streamed in a while, so um, it took a while to get all the elements together, but we are one item closer, or one item more complete on my to-do list for today, seeing as we're out here, and we have a few things on our agenda to talk about on this stream. It's gonna be a chill evening. Um, yeah, I've been a little night owl mode lately, but I don't assume the activities will go for more than an hour. I can yap at times, but I am feeling tiredness from the day a little bit. So we'll get there in time. Hopefully most of the people aren't watching this at 11. But we'll get into it. Plan for today. Plan for our evening. Is to make sure we do an audio check that we sound fine. But we'll get into it. Plan for today. Plan for our evening. And I sound fine. It says I can up the bit rate, which means I can up the quality if I want. We'll up it a little bit to higher numbers, apply, okay, and we'll rock that. And I'm gonna lower the music just a little bit on my side, which will probably be for your side too. And we maybe even pick a fun song to explain our activities. The date today is April 29th. One of the busier times of the year for me because Earth Day and some of the events that happen around that. There's different markets and whatnot, and I'm going to be sharing some of the different events I went to. We're going to put them in a tier list. It's one of the activities we're going to do. Talk like recent reflections around like content goals and focus and kind of like where I'm at. And then I have a funny image I might try to draw in Canva where we're gonna draw like a little hotel for bees. And I'll explain why later. So those are activities. It's going up on the main channel. And we will, yeah. Here we are. Everything looks good. Perfect. It says I can up my bitrate more. What does it say? Lower than the recommended bitrate. Recommend that use a stream bitrate of 13,500. We'll up it. We'll see if it works. $13,500. Waja Waja. Okay. I have chat. If anyone pops in. I don't expect to. This isn't how you're supposed to stream. You're supposed to let people know. But when I produce the videos, then people will know. Cause I'll make sure people know that way. I have some fun thoughts of how this is gonna go. Yeah, let's just get into it. So, for those that may not know, my name is Braden, and I'm an environmental activist. I've worked in like education, photography, videography, and am involved with different organizations as well as have one my own. And Earth Day, talk about environmental justice, which is one of the areas I spend the most time in. And so Earth Day 2025, I'm gonna actually reflect a little bit more on like potentially making these like Earth Week videos and like highlights of what I'm up to like every week, because it's like Earth Day is every day and Earth Week is every week, and it's like it's more about like momentum, and there's only the one planet we're on, celebrating, being grateful. Like that doesn't have to be just a few days a year. But for the moment, during this busy time, I think I was at like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 events from Sunday to Sunday, because Earth Day was on a Tuesday, 22nd this year. So here we are, and we're gonna make a tier list of the events I was at, and I'm gonna take this super serial because that's the name of the game when you're doing a tier list, and talk through it. I'm gonna play the next song. And we're gonna talk about how the week started. I knew it was gonna be pretty busy. One of the events during the week I was helping plan. We'll get to that Friday event. But the org I was with, or with Community Driven, was going to other events to like table or like meet up with other activists to work on things, or just kind of like hang out. And I have screenshots and pictures from some of these events, and then may additionally pull up some additional pictures to give additional context. But I don't have all of those ready yet. We'll open this. To see some of the pictures and videos from the weekend. Or I guess it was a week. Starting with how the week started, which is this one. And this one, if I can get a bigger image of it, was me at a community market that I got connected with through a friend, and I had a cute little booth there with my little sign, and I was talking to people about local activities and events, and it was Earth Day themed. And there's some other cool artists there that was like next to my like, well, in the whole like venue. I walked around a bit, and this is what kicked off like the week. And so we're ranking it. Honestly, S tier, great people. It was a cool place to check out. It was in this place called Dive Volleyball, which is this like warehouse, like indoor volleyball spot, and it was quite spacious. And so I don't know. I showed up. I set up. I talked to people through the day, giving them my handouts, helping tell people about other events that week. Um, it was a great positive way to start off the week. S S saw friends, got free clothes. Well, I got some free clothes and then I bought some other clothes. S tier. Sunday. I don't think I did anything Monday. Tuesday rolls around. Which one of these is Tuesday? Oh, this one is Tuesday. Tuesday, Earth Day, was board games. It was Earth Day board game night at a friend's place. Technically, it was a place they were like house sitting, and they invited a bunch of people over to play board games. So, where does this rank? It was lots of fun. We played like a guessing game where you got to like learn about different people and like the group's like humor style and like guess who said what. And then we played a few other games and kind of just like chatted around. We like toured the place. It was that big. So where do we rank the Earth Day board game night and Earth Day events this year? There's like an interesting feeling inside because these are like my friend's event. I am now putting onto a tier list that I have to come up with a reason for what to put on this. And like, obviously, I can't just rank everything S. Or I could. But where do we rank this? Being with friends on Earth Day was lots. I enjoyed it. I had lots of fun. I had yummy snacks. We, though, only played like 2 board games. We played a bean board game, and then we almost played. We almost played Uno. We didn't even get through a game of Uno. And then, but that was because like someone was leaving the party, but we also didn't get through the other game that we did not feel like learning, which very valid of us. But for a board game night, some great food, people, and company and time, but we didn't play a lot of board games. Board game night gets a B. Sorry. We play more board games? S. Depending on if I won or not, first place. Tuesday goes into Wednesday. Wednesday was letter writing party. Letter writing party for a local campaign. And it was at Hooked on Colfax? Should I double check? That was the name of the place? I should double check because, yeah, Hooked on Colfax. Really cool place. Got a nice smoothie. I saw flowers while I walked from my car. Flowers spring game in Denver. It's good. This led to just hanging out with activists, working on sharing updates on events and the campaigns, working through just projects together, and seeing some people I hadn't seen in a while. We had our like own space in the basement. We had Wi-Fi. We were having a good old time. Is letter writing party S tier? I think letter writing is S tier. I love a productive evening. With friends. Oh yeah, so good. Leading us to Wednesday. I didn't do anything Thursday. into Friday. Friday is this one. And I don't think it's cropped 100% the right way where you could quite tell. Let me grab it. This was from the event I helped put on. I think I have that image. And okay, that one's just blurry. I have a few more images that I didn't grab off my phone and some video, and I actually have some like HD footage from my camera that I need to pull. But that one was our Planet Power Party put on by Sunrise Movement, which I think it's S tier. We had music. We had not like paid for food, but the venue had food, and I had some, and it was really yummy. Good company, art, telling people about events, meeting new like activist friends. I led a song that happened. And then we had like an open mic. That definitely S tier. Venue, Fort Greene, up in the Globeville area. This song, congratulating the S tier. I will have more on that soon because I did record part of it, the music, and I took some pictures. I think I have some better pictures. But I was like hosting, so it's like I was juggling multiple roles. But okay, I can't do this song anymore. All right. So you would think 6 to 8. Our event was actually 5 to 8 p.m. At Fort Greene. Clean up. Get to the car maybe around 8:30, 8:40. Check in with myself. Still have energy. And I know my friend, who's a drag performer, had a show. And it's like a mentor-mentee show. So there's like, they're helping host, and it's like some of the people that they've been like working with or at least talking to are also in the show. So it's like they're a friend's like extended like drag family. I think that's how it works. And so I go out to the club. We, you know, whatever. And I had lots of fun. And I was out. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if I can pull up the bigger image. And then I'll talk about how their performance went. So I decided I have the energy. I pull up the address. I almost go to the wrong place, but then I realize that Mile High Dispensary is like the sponsor on the flyer, and it's not at that place, but it's at this like high vibe place in Denver. And I get in, and some of the tables are filled. I just get like water to start, and then like I eventually do get a drink. I'm just like hanging out in the bar or in the back because like they're already up there like hosting, and like the performances are starting. And so they have this cool setup with the screens, And that works for like the first two performers. And then this screen falls off, and then you only see like partial parts of the name. And then I think they have to do like a setting update. And then none of the screens like work the rest of the night. Which is sad because the sponsors, I find out later during like the host talking, and like the owner of this like dispensary is like here in the crowd, and like there's these really cool video elements with the performer's name and the sponsor, that because of like the technical malfunction we didn't get to see for like most of the performances. It was only like the first few, and then like after the first two, the screen, yeah, it wasn't like 100%. That said, lots of great performances, and there was some live singing. There was some audio. I think one of the performers did a song twice because they were still figuring out the audio elements. One of the performers just like amazingly did Lady Gaga applause, like live singing. Like they slayed that one. And then my friend did a great job hosting. I had lots of fun. I was dancing. S tier? C for clowns? I was telling my friend who the fiasco. I was helping them like bring their stuff to the car, and I was like, because multiple of the performers like had like clown, like circus, like makeup, and I was like, the thing I want to tweet after the evening is I think sexy clowns are in. It was like something to that line. I think I was a little bit more clever, but they were all so very cute, sexy clowns. C for clown? I had lots of fun. This one we'll come back to. This one's the weather of the week. We were gonna rate that on our tier list. This one, D for democracy. This one, okay, so Friday evening, I'm not doing these in order. So Friday evening, 2 events. We go, the event I host with my friends, activist friends, Planet Power Party, and then I go to my friend's show. Head back home. Saturday, go to sleep. Saturday rolls around, and there is another event invited to table at that includes like calls for peace and like connecting the lines between like ecocide, genocide, and calling for peace and using like art as in like ceremony as a way to do that. It was called Biomes and Battlefields, put on by like Organic Matter and Greenhouse Connection Center. And so I go to that one. Oh, I do have one more event here. I go to a job fair before this. This is like Saturday at 2 p.m. Job fair? I saw a friend there. Job fair gets... It's like a B. It was nice. Job fair gets an A. I don't have an image for sure. I can find an image. Hold. This isn't what I wore to the job fair, but I think I can do this. Job fair gets an A. I actually think that is what I wore that day. Huh. Anyways, job fair, see a friend, get a bunch of pamphlets on like entering career and like career help. Get to see a cool event space. Get free candy. A tier. Go from job fair. Go to Biomes and Battlefields event. It was really cool and grounding, and I'm happy. I was thinking that I was gonna go later in the day, but I was like, I'm just gonna like go to the job fair and then I'm gonna go straight to the event. I'm not gonna like go try to get worked at a cafe or go home or something. And I walk in and they're doing like an indigenous like ceremonies, I think, through like dance and through like an altar, and music. And it was like impressive and like grounding and really cool, and like they did some like storytelling, and just bringing like a very positive energy to start the day. So like and then the day, like I saw some amazing people and like some like friends I had met earlier the week. Set up my little table, talked about events, and then at one point, like a leader, an elder came and chatted with me and like sat at my table for a bit and like talked about like how we look at the world and different ways we can like call in like positivity, and like really had a really awesome conversation, and then got to take in some like art. S tier. Is it better than the event I put on? I think because of my favorite. We're not done yet. We are not done yet. But this might have been my favorite event of the weekend. It's at least tied. Sure. I danced. I did a lot of dancing in this weekend. We'll come back to that. Saturday, go to that. Leave around 5 to 6. Maybe a little bit earlier. Because a local friend invited me to their dance party. And they're like here in Parker. I know them from organizing in Douglas County and Mom's Demand, and they just wanted to have a dance party with some of their activist friends, and that's what they did. And they had a really fun dance party with like glow sticks and like colored like light like swords and bumping music, and they were like hosting. They had lots of food and snacks and drinks. And we just like had a group of people dance in their basement, and they had like a good job of like getting people out of their shells and playing different songs, and it was very wholesome and fun. Will say by Saturday night, second night after dancing and like 8th event this week, I am getting more tired, but the food was good, the company was good. S tier? Might be S tier. Sunday morning. This group, I should pull up the bigger picture. These two are running for local office, and we put together a canvas day, and so we got some snacks, we got some paperwork together, and we knocked on doors and talk to neighbors about these local elections. I actually had a really good time, and we got to chat about like working on like young, like Dems type stuff, and like what they're up to in the summer. And we got to meet some neighbors. It wasn't very like I mean, there's like May municipal elections has nothing to do with Earth Day. Like, I'm gonna put like D for democracy. I think that's funny. And it was the one that felt kind of more like work. It was strange. Knocking people's doors. It's not how most people want to interact. We had some like neighbors, but like come chat, but like people with dogs. There's like stress. It's interesting. I'm gonna put D for democracy and move on. And then after that, because I'm not done yet. After that, had a market at Off the Bottle. It was a Earth Day block party. And got a chit chat about sunrise stuff and community driven stuff. Flyer. It was quite sunny. I was able to get sunscreen. I was getting a little toasted. And I was like at my most tired. I had some pleasant conversations. And a lot of sun. Some yummy food that I need to Venmo someone for. A tier? That sun was a little brutal. I mean, that's like on me. I don't like have I don't know what I brought to give me shade anyways, but I think A tier. It was fine. It was mostly because I was like super tired. I was like low energy. But I was able to hand out lots of stuff. And message some people that I needed to message. So it was A tier. And then weather. It was pretty good. I guess except I mean, even the sunny day, it wasn't like that hot. One of the evenings, this picture is from one of the evenings. Let me pull it up. The Friday night, it was like misty and kind of like rainy. And it was really nice actually. It was never quite like raining when I was walking. It was kind of just like misty and like humid, and it felt really nice. Weather, A tier. I mean, actually, this day was beautiful, and I didn't get burned sunscreen. Most of the week was beautiful. I guess one day it almost hailed. I had this conversation with my dad about like, what do I do in hail with the new car? And it's like, do I need to drive around with blankets in case it hails? But it didn't hail. S tier. Weather S tier. Alright, we're done. This was our Earth Day 2025 tier list. We completed it. I'm considering making like an Earth Week every week-esque video. Maybe it won't be a full stream, but just like what are some of the cool like environmental, nature, justice related things I'm up to in a week. At least like for the next few weeks maybe, because I do like the idea of like bringing this like energy, like keeping it up, and I am very active in these like spaces and have some cool events the next few weeks. So that's something I'm going to consider. I've been yapping. Okay. 2 more? I guess the next few activities are pretty short. So we're on pace still. And we have no to not mad at us for playing this type of music. Perfect. It's all everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's Gucci. I don't even know if you can hear the music that much. I didn't check for that. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to chit chat. I've been thinking about content making. Some of the areas I've made content before is like educational, around like politics, policy, like getting involved. I've made stuff like helping document a friend's like community event or fundraiser, uplifting like trainings other people have done, put on streams talking about policy and local news, and figuring out some life things with like career and like what's next. But I have like a little space to figure out, a little bit of security, especially compared to last year, and working within that to like figure out what's next for me. I want to be more expressive, and I want to create and share more and use that for positivity and change. But content creation is also a lot of work, and there's like planning things and then producing it, editing it, and then there's like promoting it. And sometimes I get projects that take more time and energy than I think they are, and then I lose like steam on like the next thing that's coming down the line. And so I'm trying to make goals and shifts and like the type of content I want to make, and then the process as well. But my reflections today, as my voice leaves me, it hasn't fully recovered from the many events I did last week, plus all this yapping. What are the like types of content I want to make? And I think it comes down to these like cultural aspects. I want to make content that's culturally fun, culturally sensitive, and culturally motivated. And so those things like play in a little bit, like maybe culturally fun and culturally sensitive. Maybe there's times when you're being sensitive that it can't always be fun. So maybe some of these principles butt heads a little bit. But the motivated part is like, to see positive change in the world, we have to be able to lead and shift culture. And for a bunch of different reasons, that is like one of the skill sets I want to learn how to do with like my media and art. Because I think we could be doing so much better. I know we can be doing so much better. And then tying into that, to bring people in, you have to be both sensitive and fun. People don't want to join people who's being rude and unkind and uncaring. And at the same time, you can't be like always about the serious things, because it's harder to get by day to day, and you have to remember like the fun and aspects of gratefulness, and keep it interesting in that way, especially in the content field, the culture, and like the what is popular at any point in time. And it's like a balance. Like, I want to do stuff I want to do, not just like what's popular, but there are times when you can lean into it. And so I'm like shifting that direction. I'm making stuff that's fun, culturally fun, culturally sensitive, and culturally motivated. And I think when I'm coming up with like brainstorming ideas, I can kind of funnel and like rate things on those scales, and so that's like how tonight's stream fits in and the videos I'm gonna make from it. It's like a tier list is fun. It's culturally motivated. I'm talking about Earth Day events and different ways you can plug in like locally and with activists, and it's culturally sensitive because I'm not talking about things in like a disingenuous or like mean way. I have had some like oh yeah, other reflections today and some new ideas. I guess I have those every day, but that's the direction I want to go in. And we're gonna do that with the show. We're gonna maybe create some series, maybe not. Plan out some streams. I'm quite busy actually for like the next 2 weeks heading here into May. I will probably still create some media around some of those things I'm doing. That said, I probably won't start streaming more because I have some stream content I want to do with like, yeah, all different types of things. And I want to try to do like collaborative content as well. But that'll have to come like later May into June. And trying to figure out a space in the summer to make content with others that has like air conditioning is on my like tier. It's like this space I can like set up like a little AC unit. This is a tangent. I can set up like a little AC unit, but my audio system picks up like the fan. It's like content over the summer might be. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. We one last activity. We're gonna open up Canva. I had this funny idea earlier. I was listening to a YouTube clip about it was like the Majority Report, and they were talking about like agriculture, and they're with like a call-in, someone who called in, different like how like tariffs and what the agricultural industry is doing right now. And then at one point they like had or like what's happening with the bees, because apparently bees are having a really bad year. And then yesterday I was listening to the Fear and podcast, and they had the Fear and Whine About It crossover with Maya Higa. So Fear and is like a pop culture podcast, and I guess Whine About It is kind of like I would describe it as a pop culture, online culture podcast. They just have like different hosts. But Maya Higa also does like animal conservation, and there's a funny clip around like why doesn't Hassan Piker like buy Maya like animal conservation space in the like LA area, and he was like, I don't have that kind of money. He's like, I don't have that kind of money or motion. And they're kind of just joking around. But I was on a hike today. And I think those like, I don't know how ideas work. Ideas are funny. And did I have this idea on the hike, or was I when I was eating my spicy chicken sandwich? One of those. I was like, maybe Hassan doesn't have the motion for an animal conservatory, but maybe like a Alvea sanctuary, Hassan Piker like bee sanctuary crossover. And then I had a funny idea. There's the Zoolander clip of like he wants a school, and they like show him like the model of the school, and he's like, it has to be at least 10 times bigger than this. What is this? A school for ants? And I wanted to make like a funny image that was like Maya Higa school for bees and insects who want to learn how to read good too. We're just gonna put that right here. Add a text box. And we maybe change the name to like Alvea Sanctuary or like Hassan Piker. We're gonna play with this. But the original idea was that it was Hassan buying Maya a bee sanctuary to help the bees. So that's kind of like the funny name. It kind of is. What if I put in school for ants? What is this? A school for ants? There's some. I think this can be funnier. Come back to that, and then we're gonna draw what I had imagined. So we'll go pen, color, beehive color, brown, yellow, 100% yellow. Perfect. I really hope I can grab this here in a second and move it around. Yes. Never used this pen tool before. I can just drag it. Cool. What's the cutest bee? Cutest bee. Yes. It's like a bug hotel. And then of course it's on like a, let's go back to my pen tool. Amazing. Brown. It's on like a little post. Perfect. Go back to orange. Color these in a little bit. Yes. Cool. Okay, another one of those. Oh. Hit me up with a LA. Alright. Las Vegas is not LA, thank you. I doubt this is actual LA. Who knows? I have to give these things backgrounds, don't I? do this really quick. Wait for this. Here. Here. Boop, boop. Boop. Okay. Amazing. Perfect. Okay. Okay. More bees, maybe? I need like a signpost. A wide signpost. Just one way. Nope. wood. I need a thick signpost. Can I do this? No. Oh, you did him. Okay. I'm putting way too much time into this. It's midnight. And the babies are in their bedtime kennels, and they don't like that. Okay, last bits. Isn't it perfect? Okay, erase. I said erase, not. Alright, okay, perfect. If I do this. Boom, 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 boom. Kind of cute. It's kind of big though. Starting drama for no reason. Me. Should I do one more different bee? So that it looks less repetitive. Oh, let's put him in there. Yes. So cute. I want the bee. I guess they're kind of stuck in there, no? There you go. I want this one. Okay. I don't need to do this live. Well, this is kind of fun, but. Okay. I went from vision to image. And that is where I sign off. Thank you for watching. This went smooth. I am tired. And my voice needs to rest. We won't stream this later. This won't be the norm. We're gonna have to figure out the schedule. Okay. Should I play the song for ending? Stream ending? Look how. Alright, outies. Off to next week. Another week. I finished my thing. Ish. See ya.